Hello, Shakti. Hello, everyone. Here we are again and again. We're gonna talk about stocks, and I couldn't sleep tonight. You know why?
Why?
Because I was just keep stalking super investors stock.
Yeah.
It's like superpower. Love it so much right
Yeah.
now. Well, here we are again, StocksDojo and Stocks Analytics. I'm gonna share my screen. While I'm sharing my screen, I want to remind you, please like, share, and subscribe, and you will see more and more our stories. That's our platform, and one of the my favorite things at the moment, super investors. Do you want to know more about Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, and others, and how they become billionaires? You just click here. Da-da-da-da. And then here we go. There is a really cool summary just at the end, and you can see the most desired companies. I was really proud that I joined Super Investors, and I hold little bit of Google. Since I got it, it actually, so that's my portfolio. You see, right? Since I got it, Shakti, do you see I made 20% already
Yeah.
out of it?
You just bought it recently, right? Like,
Yeah, I bought it recently, and I didn't regret.
yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Uh Google. I will just return to Google. Slightly overvalued. Do you have any Google?
Yeah, I do. Valuation here reflecting a 12% total return. If you are expecting 12% returns in the next 5 years, then Google has to trade at 90 because the company is growing at around 11% or 12%. So we have set it up that way. But to justify today's market price, Google has to grow at 20% for you to get 8% returns in the next 5 years or so. It's not growing at 20%, so you may not get the 8% based on the numbers. The
Yeah.
market can react anyway. It could double from here. Nobody knows, or it could fall down, right? But at this particular moment, that's the situation. Now, I have a backstory on Google, which is a very sad story. I was thinking about it today morning, and since you asked, I thought, okay, let's discuss this, right?
Yeah.
If you go to the chart below, uh, you see last 5 years,
Last 5 years.
and
Yeah.
then you see that dip between Jan 22 and Jan 23, right? So it was
Yeah.
Jan 23 dipped, and I didn't do anything, and then again in March it came back to 90. Okay, so I'm doing all my analysis. I'm looking at this, and I'm seeing the free cash flow at that moment. If you go to the financials quickly and check the another our financials page, yeah, and check the cash flow, and if you see 2022, the free cash flow was close to. If you scroll down at the yeah, it was 60 billion, right? So I usually go by free cash flow, and I was doing my math, and I was seeing the market cap of Google at that time. It was close to $1 trillion, 1.1 trillion or so. And if you divide it by 60 billion, you'll get a multiple of 18.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was trading at a fair value at that time. And for a company like Google, trading at
Yeah.
fair valuation is a rare situation, right? So again, I was just pondering over this, doing all my analysis. I checked the P/E ratio. P/E ratio was also at 18. Everything looked good because the market was trading at 21, but Google was at like 18 or so or less, right? So I made a decision. Let's take the risk now because there's no other company like Google out there for what they
Yeah.
do, and it
Yeah.
was 2023, right? So I put all my money. Actually, I sold all my existing shares,
So yeah, that
took
that
everything and put it in Google, and it was March, and I spent so at that moment I had 2,000 shares of Google.
Yeah.
And what happened is I was happy. Okay, I
3,000
made this trade.
shares of Google.
2,000 shares of Google at that moment.
Yeah.
Okay. And then after a few days, I couldn't sleep that night, the night after, and the night after because all my money is in Google now. I know it's
Man.
going to come back up because it dropped from a bigger number there, like 140 or so. And I knew it was at fair value and all that. But
Yeah.
within 3 days, I lost all my sleep.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything. I was like, I gave up, and I sold all the 2,000. Okay.
No, don't
Now,
tell me that.
it didn't stop there, right? So again, I'm thinking for another 1 week, right? And my brain is not, it can't, tolerate this. And then I go back and buy Google again, and I bought
Yeah.
1,866 shares because the shares have already increased by then. Right? Same thing happens. I last for 1 week this time. I
Yeah.
somehow hold on for 1 week, but I couldn't, and I sold all this.
Don't tell me that.
I sold it, right? And it didn't end there. So I waited for 2 more months, right? I'm still doing my math. Everything looks great. Google is not going anywhere. But the news is telling me that ChatGPT has come in. It's going to take away all the Google search and everything, right? And that is the fear. And I couldn't sleep because I'm afraid. Google might be out of business, so right, which is not true, right? It didn't happen. Google is still there. They have their own AI now, and now in May I buy again. I buy 1,600 shares now, and what happens? I wait for like a week or 10 days, and guess what? I s- that was the last.
No, don't tell me that. Oh my
So,
God.
and after that, I'm like, I gave up and then I went back to my normal diversified portfolio concept, right? Now, if I had held Google since then, what is the number
Yeah.
now?
It is currently, it is 16. Actually, we have it at the 240.
Yeah. So, what is that?
You would make like almost 3 times your
So,
money.
now I would have had 480,000 US dollars just in Google if I just held on to my stocks, right? This is the problem with investing in the market. Now, you can do all the math. You can even buy the stocks. Oh, in Australian money, it's like almost 750,000. Okay, so now what is the difference between me and let's say Warren Buffett, right? Now, when Warren Buffett makes up his mind and puts a lot of money into one stock, he holds on to that irrespective of what the news is telling him or what's happening around him, right? But I couldn't do that, even though I did the math, and that's the difference between a super investor and me as a normal investor. It's the mindset. And people assume a lot of things when it comes to investing, but at the end of the day, it's the mindset and how strong you are with your thesis and whether you can hold on for the long term. All I had to do was wait for 2 years. That's it. It's not like long term, 10 years, 20 years, just 2 years, right? But all the doubts that start creeping in your mind. And it's a great example of what. See, it's very easy to preach and tell you, oh, you should buy a stock at fair value and all of that. But when you actually do it, is it really possible? Because when you put all your money in, you're like, you're afraid, right?
That's right. That's right. So basically, only with one ticker, with
Just
one
one ticker
portfolio,
Google,
right? We just can get Google, right?
Google. Now you see, right? You are putting number of shares
Yeah,
as of today's price.
I
Yeah.
see.
So what you need is what was the allocation at that time, and that's it. You had allocated 191,
Yeah.
and it would be this many shares, and now you get 480,000 based on your initial investment of 191 and the start date of 2023.
Yeah, yeah, I see. Well, we live, we learn. What can I say?
It's a very hard lesson,
Yeah, that's a tough one.
but it's not all bad because I still own more than 4% in Google. So my current portfolio is much diversified, and I still own 4% plus of Google. So I have made some money out of that growth, but it's not the same as what it would have been. This reminds me of Bill Gates.
Yeah.
So I read somewhere that Bill Gates sold a lot of his Microsoft shares
Yeah.
and diversified his portfolio. Okay. Now, if Bill Gates had held on to all his Microsoft shares from the beginning, he would be a trillionaire now. That's the story I heard, right? He might have $1 trillion, first trillionaire in the planet, right? But I think my situation is not as bad as Bill Gates' situation.
Well, we live, we learn. If you never make mistakes, you I wanted to say something wise, but I think I lost it.
Okay.
You got what I mean, that we
Yeah.
all make mistakes, and this is the path to the greatness, right?
Well, now it's a path to pain, but hopefully in the future it's a path.
I can never regret about the past.
Yeah.
Just let's look at the future. Thank you, Shakti.
Thank you.
And we will talk later about other stories.
Rolls Royce is one of the topics.
And see you soon.
Please.